Taco Bell's Crunchwrap is good any day of the week. And since the OG recipe came out just about a year ago, I thought it was time to put a twist on it. So today, in the Anabolic laboratory, we will be making a jalapeno cheeseburger Crunchwrap that is packed with flavor and just the right amount of heat. My name is Nick. I have my master's in exercise physiology, and I make anabolic recipes such as this one and do pretty much anything else in the fitness industry, full days of eating, etc. So if you're into that kind of thing, like this video and subscribe to the channel. If you're ready to add some spice into your life, then let's get into it. This is gonna come together super quickly. What we're gonna do is we're gonna put our burner on medium here. Let that start to heat up. In the meantime, we're gonna get our veggies prepped. Super quick, super simple. Just some lettuce and some tomato. So I have a fresh head of lettuce here. I usually take the first layer off and I don't use that one. And then I will go right below it and use this one. Make slices however big you want. Really doesn't matter. I'm just gonna chop it up and get it ready. As for your tomato, pick whichever ones you want. I have aroma tomato, but we're only gonna need about half of this. Now with the other half, I take out the quote unquote guts of it, the seeds and everything, and then I use the rest of the tomato for the Crunchwrap itself. We're all cleaned out, so I'm just gonna go in small little like 1/4 inch strips and cut this up. Again, it doesn't have to be precise. I just like to get them into little cubes, kind of like they have it at Taco Bell. The lettuce and tomato is ready to go. I'm just going to use a very light 1/2 second spray, get that coated, and then on the top of this beef, I'm going to put some salt, garlic powder, and white pepper on the top. Every time I measure it out, it's between 5 and 7 grams. It doesn't have to be precise. However much salt that you like, however much garlic powder that you like. With the garlic powder, I usually use between 1 to 2 grams, and then the white pepper ends up being about 1 gram total. Now I put this on the top here like this because what I'm gonna do now is flip this in, and you know that your pan is ready when it gets that sizzle right off the bat. And then we're also gonna put the salt on the top of this here, the garlic powder on the top of this here, and then the white pepper on the top. Everything's coated, and now we're gonna chop it down into little pieces just like you would get at Taco Bell. I've got this broken down into small chunks now. Now I just let it cook. But do not walk away. This is going to cook in about 3, 4, maybe 5 minutes, depending on what temperature you have your pan at. And if you overcook it, it is going to be dry. 96.4 ground beef has very little wiggle room to be juicy and great or dry. So make sure you stay here, keep an eye on it, don't overcook it, and we will be back once the ground beef is done. All right, the ground beef is done cooking. Turn my burner off, and we are going to drain this in our strainer. And then you could either grab another pan similar to this, it could be a little bit smaller, or clean this. I'm gonna choose to clean this one real quick, and I will see you back in just a minute. I have our clean pan ready to go, and I also have a small pot here that we're going to mix our cheeseburger mixture in. And we're going to start with jalapeno slices that are pickled in our mix. We're gonna put this on low here, and we're going to add about 5 grams of the juice from the jalapeno jar. This is kind of the secret ingredient to really get a nice jalapeno flavor in there without any added calories. Now we're also gonna add jalapenos in there. Jalapeno Cheeseburger Crunchwrap, of course. We're just gonna add about 14 grams of jalapenos, or if you want more, add more. Just make it a little bit more spicy. But I think 14 grams is a good median. Median. After that, we're gonna grab 2 slices of Velveeta cheese. I have the original flavor. I do think that the sharp cheddar or the 3 cheese is even better. It does have 5 extra calories per slice, but that's up to you. So we're gonna add 2 slices straight into our pot here. And our last nice flavor boost and heat producer is sriracha. Now we're just gonna add 5 grams of sriracha. Most people have this. If you don't have it, it's not going to kill the recipe, but we're just adding flavors here one by one. The one thing we're missing from this pot here is the hamburger itself. We're gonna take out about 84 grams of burger meat here, because 84 grams of cooked meat is about 112 grams of raw meat. or 1 serving. So we're gonna zero our scale out here, and then we're going to take out 84 grams. Now we're just gonna mix everything up. That cheese should be starting to melt. The jalapeno juices will help melt that cheese and keep everything nice and juicy, along with the sriracha. And this really comes together super quickly. You're probably gonna need about 2 minutes and everything will be combined. While I let that melt a minute, we're going to get our carb balance burrito shells. These are 110 calories per burrito shell, and what I used last year in my original Crunchwrap recipe, these work great and I think are honestly perfect for crunch wraps. So we're gonna take a 1/4 of a second one so we can make sure that we close it, and we're gonna keep that there. And my mixture is all ready to go. So what I'm gonna do here is turn off our burner and let that just sit there for 1 minute. In the meantime, I'm gonna put some jalapeno cheddar Fritos dip. This should be in the chip section of your store on here. We're only adding 40 calories, but a boatload of flavor, a little extra heat, and some nice melty nacho cheese sauce. I mean, who doesn't love it? So we're using 32 grams of this, and we're gonna put it straight into the middle of the tortilla. Before we do anything else, we wanna get this pan hot again. So we're gonna put this on about medium heat, and I'm gonna let that heat up. And now we're going to add our burger mixture onto our cheese. As you can see, super creamy, well put together, and the perfect amount for this burrito shell size. It wouldn't be a crunch wrap without a tostada. I have tostadas that are 45 calories. I would make sure you look at them. They could be up to 100 calories in a tostada. Try to get the lowest calorie one you can, but yours might end up being like 10 calories more than mine. Again, that's okay. 10 calories, no big deal. We're gonna put this tostada right on top here, and then we're going to add our lettuce and our tomato. Put obviously as much lettuce and tomato as you'd like. I'm gonna have some extra here, that's no problem. You could always save it for next time or eat it on the side, whatever you like. That looks good. Now we took this 1/4 piece off because this will not close without this 1/4 piece. We're gonna put that right on the top, and then we're gonna fold, take a corner, fold, pinch, fold, pinch, fold. Try and get it nice and tight as well. Pinch, fold, and then we're just gonna bring this one over. That pan should be nice and hot. I'm gonna drop this bottom side down so this locks closed and we don't have to worry about it. It should only take about 2 minutes for this to get nice and brown on the bottom. Once it does, we're gonna flip it over and I will see you back in 1 minute. Okay, bye. This is nice and browned. I'm gonna flip it over. And in the meantime, while I was waiting, I put everything away, and I also got our ground beef inside of a container. You have 3 more servings ready to go. So once you have your meat ready, essentially all you gotta do is pull out a pan and pull out a pot, mix everything together, and bake the outside of the crunch wrap, and you're ready to go. So it's a 10-minute dinner most nights of the week. All right, our other side is nice and browned, as you can see here, and we're just gonna cut this real quick. You still heard the crunch. And what we have here, I'm gonna do B-roll. What we have here is cheese oozing out of here. You have fresh vegetables, you have fresh ground beef, you have a ton of cheese, and of course you're gonna have those jalapeno notes from not only the juice, but the jalapenos themselves that have been sitting in that juice. It's full of flavor. And, I mean, let me take a bite first, I am starving. You get smacked in the face with jalapenos, smacked in the face with cheese. If you don't let it cook for too long on here, you have the right temperature, you still have that crunch of the tostada as you heard, and the crunch of the actual tortilla shell itself. And if you wanna add even more flavor, I just posted a few days ago a chipotle aioli, or a chipotle sauce that you can pair with this that is only 18 calories per serving, and you probably won't even use a serving on this whole crunch wrap. It is absolutely delicious, and it only takes 5 minutes to make. And once you have it in a bottle, it lasts for months, and literally you put it on the top and you're ready to take a bite. And the best part, it's not like the sauce packets that you have to keep ripping them open. Once you take the bites with the chipotle sauce, you grab your bottle again, you put it across the top, and every single bite is gonna have chipotle sauce in it. It's gonna add no calories, a ton of flavor, and even if you don't want it that hot, or you don't wanna make the chipotle sauce, there is a shit ton of flavor in the actual crunch wrap itself. You won't have to worry about it. That have disappeared way too quickly. Let's go over the macros so I can get you out of here and we can go about making even more crunch wraps. And I love seeing when you guys make them on Instagram, so definitely send me them on Instagram if you do end up making this recipe. In this entire recipe, we have 440 calories, 43 protein, 54 carb, and 19 fat. People are gonna say that the calories don't line up. Please keep in mind that a lot of these carbs come from the tortilla, and the tortilla has a bunch of fiber. A bunch of fiber doesn't have many calories or no calories, depending on what type of fiber. The calories are accurate. I always triple check everything, and it is worth every single calorie, especially when you pair it with the chipotle sauce. This is an absolutely unreal pairing. The chipotle sauce can be used on literally so many other things like salads and all that stuff too. And I know you guys will thoroughly enjoy this. If you want to support the channel, of course, I'm with Gorilla Mind. Any pre-workout supplements, fat burners, all of that stuff, all science-backed, all great products. And then we have PE Science, who has some of the best protein powder in the game that I make my protein ice creams with. Well worth the purchase. And of course, the Power 13 cookbook, which I have multiple recipes in. And any of the support helps the channel, helps me try to get new lighting, new cameras, new anything to make the videos better. So I appreciate all the love and support. Pecan Pie Blizzard coming soon, more pizzas coming soon. Literally so much stuff in the works. You guys have no idea, but you guys are going to absolutely love it. Make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell, and until next time, I will see you in that next one. Deuces.